Instead of using expensive peel and stick tile or heavy regular tile, I gave my RV shower a makeover for under $20. Come check out how I did it. First, I primed the shower walls, and then I painted them in a paint that would repel some of the water. To do that, I started by painting all of the shower walls in white oil-based paint. I had this left over from when I painted the exterior of my pop-up camper. If I didn't have it, I probably just would have gone with a exterior grade latex or acrylic house paint because that's water repellent as well. We don't use our RV shower that much, so I wasn't super worried about a ton of moisture, but wanted it to be more than just a regular wall paint. To create the tile, I started with a herringbone stencil from Amazon and a Sharpie paint pen and used it to just paint in the lines. I have stenciled with paint and a roller before or a stencil brush, but I found this straight one to be really easy with just a pen. Now, I also used a Sharpie Permanent Pro marker for the side walls, and I ended up liking that better. Plus, the paint pen was smearing a little bit if I wasn't letting it dry enough between passes. The permanent marker didn't do that at all, because who's got time to wait for paint to dry? Not me. So if you're thinking of doing this project, I would actually recommend using a Sharpie Pro permanent marker. I will link it in the description for the entire project rather than a Sharpie paint pen. To create the classic subway tile design, I used the tiles that were part of the herringbone stencil as a guide for how big the tiles would be on the side walls. I measured the height of one tile on the back wall and then used that as a guide for the height of each of my lines. So I spaced them to be that same height all the way down and then used a straight edge to draw a straight line all the way across. Now that part's the easy part. Next, we're going to create the staggered rows. So first we'll create one row, and to do that, we just need to measure the width of one of the tiles on the back wall and use that as a guide as we measure out the number of tiles that will fit across one row. Here on the video, you can see I'm just marking a dot on the wall right at that measurement each time. On my ruler, I actually created a black dot where it needed to go, so then I could just follow that black dot for each one rather than having to relook at the measurement. Then use a straight edge to draw those lines straight down, just making sure to skip every other row. For the next pattern, I just staggered those tiles halfway over and did the same thing. Used a different side of my ruler to make a template with dots, marked those all the way down the wall, and then used my straight edge to create that second pattern of rows. If you're like me, you most certainly will have some places where you messed up. Use the wall paint you used to just touch up those places and no one will ever notice. To be honest, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out in the end, but now that it's done, it looks like tile. Of course, if you get close, you can tell it's not, but for an RV and for less than $20, it was so worth it, and I love the look so much more than the fake textured wallpaper that was there before. I'd love for you to come follow along for all things camping, recipes, renovations, and hacks to make camping as comfortable as home. Thanks for watching.